force, he has reprised his role in our episode 45 years later. He's not as strong as he was because he's 84 now. But I went and worked out with him. So you gotta imagine, there's this 84-year-old guy. He's like 6'2" now, he used to be 6'4". He's going to the gym, he's crazy, dark brown, gray hair. He walks in the gym and he's like lifting those 50-pound dumbbells. I mean, he's 84 years old, and I'm like, I'm good with my fives. I can't touch my fives. But he was a lot of fun to work out with, and he's still, you know, I hope I'm as with it as he is at 84, because I plan on getting out of the game much sooner. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a spectacular car crash in a movie. I'm gonna film it. I'm gonna do that thing where you drive off the cliff and it like explodes. What's gonna be captured on film is gonna be that's a real death of Todd Haberkorn on that car. And we're gonna release it. I'm gonna have my buddy. I already made a pact with him. I go, he must stay alive so he can edit the movie and release it. It's gonna be fabulous. But no, I won't do that. I won't do that. I will not do that. Thank you for bringing that. You're so cool. Oh man, I wish I had 4 hands. Thank you. That is awesome. But yeah, so I'm gonna go out in a glorious blaze of fantastical glory. But it's gonna be great, and I hope that everyone goes and sees that movie out of morbid curiosity. But let me answer one question that I know you're going to ask, and I'm just gonna get out of the way right now, so you don't have to wonder about it. It's about voice acting. I bet you're gonna ask how you can get into it. Am I right? Yes. Ah, I knew it. I knew it. And in fact, what I'm going to do is there are people here that want to conduct an interview. Where are they? Where are you guys? There you go. Okay, good. So in a couple seconds, I'm going to ask you to come up here and sit by the onion and the Oreos. Okay? You can probably have some. They're not my Oreos, but I'm going to guess that you can have some if you want. You have 3 apiece, because you got to leave me one to threaten. Okay? Is that cool? You can go up there and set up if you like. I'll come right. I'm going to hang right here if you want. I'm going to do your thing and set up. And get rocking with your hand sanitizer. No, that's good to have. It's good to have. You got 2 of them. You got one for each side. One for the left hand, one for the right. I'm doing it wrong. I have one for both hands. I'm a fool. Okay. But fool. And so I want to say, here's an interesting tidbit you may not know. Some of you think it's very interesting talking about voice acting. Everyone's like, oh no, I can do voice acting. I have a good voice. I've been talking for my whole life. I can probably do voice acting. It's not the same thing, people. I've been around anime in the Japanese language for 7 years. You think I speak Japanese fluently? No. Not at all. I know 5 words. I almost know 1 word a year. I know 1 word a year. So it's not the same thing. And so I hope you don't, and it's easy to think that. It's easy to think that, man, you can go be a voice actor, but dude, make it happen. I'm talking to a mic, I'm just gonna put the mic in front of you. Because you see shows, reality shows that just quick fix, they make it happen. But there's no quick fix for it. There's no set path for it. And I know you see these reality shows and you think like, wait a minute, all I have to do is be reckless with my life and booze it up and just get crazy nuts and make horrible life decisions and I can be on the Real Housewives of XYZ? That's what I have to do? It's not that simple. It's not that simple. You have to walk well in heels too. But yeah, so there's no set path. I can tell you what I did, but it's not necessarily going to be the same thing that works for you. So what I will tell you is the biggest thing that I can suggest to you is getting an education. That is what's going to be the best thing for you. And I know, like going to college and having fallback plans and all that kind of stuff, like Batman. You think Batman goes against the Joker and he's got one plan? No, this man saves the Justice League again and again. He saves the lives of demigods and Kryptonians every day. Not because he goes in with one plan and is like, oh man, that didn't work well. Okay, I'm done. No, he has a ton of plans. Because he's smart. Getting an education. I know the parents in here would love for you guys to go to school because it's so important. I almost didn't go to school. I'm so glad I did. I was going to go to LA right out of high school. I was 18 years old. I was going to go to LA. I was 17 technically, and I was going to go to LA and make it big. And my mom's like, "Son, no, you are going to go to college, son." And I was like, "Well, but I don't want to go to college. I want to go to LA." And she's like, "If you go to college, son, I will pay your way. If you do not, you are on your own." And I go, "Well, that doesn't sound like fun." And so So you're right? Is that what happened? You know what I'm talking about? And you guys are Asian, right? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You know what, Jesse, you know what I'm talking about, okay. And so I went to college. It's the best decision I ever made. Because guess what? In the system and the land of education, you can make all your mistakes, and it's okay. You can make mistakes in college, and it's all right. If you're out in the professional world and you make a mistake, you're out. You are out. Now, you could get other chances, but it won't be as good as your first. Like, I used to be an entertainment photographer, and I would go to events, blah, 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 take pictures, green screen, all this kind of stuff. Any kind of photography stuff. It wasn't even my mistake, but I hired 2 guys to go in my place because I was at an event. But they were under my employment. They made the mistake. One time they made the mistake. Fired, whole crew, all of us fired. One time. Now, had that been in college and school, it would have been awesome because we could make a mistake, we can go play video games and laugh about it and come back and learn from our mistake. And the real world, people. So the moral of the story is always stay in school for the rest of your life. No, don't do that. But go to school, kids. Don't you want to get in college? They have meal plans. You can eat as much as you want. Back on that freshman 15 with pride. Why not? Just do it. But it was a lot of fun. But let's do it. Yeah. We're gonna get this. I've never done this before. I've never done it on a panel while we're doing it. So let's see. Does that mic work? Why don't you grab that mic and just talk into that bad boy? The onion's done with it. Hey, good. Okay, great. Listen, you can ask a question, and I bet you it's some of the same questions these guys are gonna ask. And we'll knock 2 birds out, 2 Haberkorns out with 1 stone. Does that sound okay? Oh, why not? Let's do it. Get my good side. Good luck to you finding it. I don't know. My good side is. I wish that were true. It's the good side is whatever side has that Ben and Jerry's little half pint of Cherry Garcia in it. Oh my God, isn't that good stuff? How many of you bingo? Cherry Garcia. Jesse, you know Cherry Garcia? It's not made. It's made in America. It's fun. Do you remember those Asian markets when you were younger? I used to go too. You know what I always thought in my head? If the health inspector walked through here, this place is shut down. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Asians, you feel me? Okay, you go to that Asian market. One time I went, and so you know when if I blindfolded you and brought you to this market, you would know you're in an Asian market because the smell would just attack your nose, and your nose hairs would curl up and die. Fish and the fish heads, the squids and the squidbillies and the crabs and the crawfish all in crates. The crabs and the crawfish are in crates on top of each other in piles of like 60 or 70 crabs. There's no space for them. The fish are like pressed up against the tank. There's about 1,000 fish in a tank that should only hold 10. And they're sick and they've got stuff wrong with them. You know, right? You know what I'm talking about, Jesse. Okay. And so one time I was looking at them, I was sad for them, and I'm walking down an aisle, and I see this speck on the ground, and I go up to it, and it's a crawfish. And he's got his claws, and he's like, he's doing this to me. And I go, buddy, I'm your friend, man. I will help you get out of here. And so he's looking at me, he's not falling for it. So, okay. Well, and thinking back on this was a dumb move. What I did was I scooped him up in a little shopping cart. So I'm gonna grab him, because he was still vicious. He didn't trust the giant Asian looking at him. And I brought him right back to the crate. That was a dumb move. I shouldn't have done that. I brought him back to his family. What I should have, he was trying to get out. And I brought him right back. All his progress gone. He's like, I'm a crawfish! I'm in aisle 7. Do you know how long it took me to get here? So I brought him right back. Yeah, that was a dumb move. And he probably, I know, that's what he was saying. I'm like, whoa, crawfish, how'd you know my name? And he goes, wait a minute, you don't know that I know your name? And I go, no, what shows are you watching? He goes, well, I do love Warren High School. Let's go. Why are you watching that in this crate? And he goes, well, I know a guy. And I go, you know people? There are 1,000 of you, I guess you know some of them. And I should have helped him get out. I should have done that. Same thing when I saved a turtle's life. One time I saved a turtle's life. Several times. They never thanked me. And so I saw a turtle trying to cross the road. And I looked at him and I pulled over because he was about to be caught turtle soup. And so I picked him up and I put him in my car, and I took him to the other side, because you always think, like, if an animal's trying to cross the road, what are they trying to do? They're trying to go to the other side. So I brought him and I put him in that water, and he took off really fast. And he didn't even look back. It's like, boom, I'm in the water. But then I started thinking, what if that was a dumb idea? What if he was just trying to have a breather because he was having an argument, and he didn't want to go to the other side, he just wanted a little alone time to think about what just happened, the very slow arguments he was having in the water. And I just totally took him away from his family. And that distance, I mean, the turtle's only this big, that distance across the street is like me being transported to Florida instantly with no way back. He will never see his family again because of me. And he probably is thinking, thanks a lot. And then I'm like, Turtle, how did you know my name? If you can talk, why aren't you thanking me? Don't give me that finger. How do you even know what that finger means? I don't think it's crazy what these turtles think. And so that was each time. Other time I saved the turtle. He crawled from the passenger side floorboard to my side, and he tried to get up under the, like, you saw where your pedals are? Like up in that open space. And you know why that frustrates me? Because if he gets up in that engine, he's screwed. I cannot get down there and get him out. The only thing that will get him out is fire. Because that's my go-to. I'm like, well, if he's stuck in there, I bet you I can get him out with fire. So, luckily he didn't go down there. But I grabbed him and he went right into his shell. And so I'm like, good, awesome. Okay, good, he's just gonna hang out. So I'm holding him because I'm driving and I'm holding him and I'm looking at him and he's looking at me. And so then he pokes out. He pokes out of his shell and it scares the S out of me. So I accidentally drop him and then he tries to go up on the other side. And so I'm trying to reach over. So if you're looking at my car while this is happening, it's like that Tommy Boy movie, it's like, bees! And it's like, I'm like swerving all over there trying to stop this turtle from getting up under there, and then I have to cook him with fire because there was his fault for getting up in my car. And his punishment and reward is sweet, sweet fire. But I brought him to the other side of the road, trying to learn my lesson, and once again, he took off, and he didn't say anything to me. He didn't even leave me a treat, he didn't leave me anything like that, no sausages, nothing. And I was very upset with him. And I saved the turtle another time. That was an easier transaction. Just like, boop, okay. And he looked at me, he's like, I was like, okay. But yeah, I've saved all sorts of animals, dogs, turtles, crawfish. What's my thing with turtles? I don't know. I always just happen to see turtles just like crossing the road.
What about frogs?
Frogs? I've saved 2 frogs. I've saved just 2.
Alien frogs?
Alien frogs? I've housed alien frogs. I wouldn't say I've saved them. What other creature? Oh, that's it. Those are the only creatures on this planet. You're right. If those are the only creatures on this planet, I've done a pretty good job. Scorpions? I go the other way. I see a scorpion, I'm like, he's probably good. He's got a skeleton on the outside of his body. I'm cool. He's cool, I'm cool. If I saw a flying boot, I'd capture it. I'd capture it and brainwash it to only want to hang out with me. And I would rip off its wings and put them in a jar and grow them so they'll grow bigger and then put them on myself. You shouldn't have trusted me. Okay, so, ask away. Let's get your questions here. On your, what is that, a 60D? What are you rocking, 70? Oh, that's, let me move your finger on your left hand. T3i, it's the touch screen on it. A little touch screen, yeah. I just taught you a new thing, it's got a touch screen. Oh, it's supposed to. Well, when you touch it that hard, it gets pissed off. Is that an 18-135 lens on there? Right on, cool. Okay, let's fire this up. I'll do it with 2 mics. Hello? Oh, they both work. Okay, cool. What, and tell me your names one more time.
Okay, so my name is Nani.
Nani? Nani?
It means what in Japanese?
Yes, it does. Sugoi. Okay, and then your name one more time? Legend, right? He's got a fantastic name. The only other cool name that I've ever heard that is like kind of around that same thing was Pertinax. I met a guy in Puerto Rico, his name was Pertinax because his father loved Roman things. And so I was like, that sounds like a pharmaceutical. But that's really cool. Pertinax. It's very awesome. Ask away, yes. Nani.
What is your name?
My name is Piñana.
So, we have this question. We've been wondering for a long time. Why are
Boxer
you so
briefs. Oh, sorry.
awesome? We're not interested in that, but
Okay. Well, I am because I gotta wear them.
why are you so awesome?
Well, I guess it's opposite day. What? You know, you tell me. I don't know. I've never expected that question, and I think it's because I've saved turtles. Let's go with that.
Kyrie's scaring me.
So, seriously, a question we were wondering is what got you into voice acting? What made you think that, oh, I wanted to do this? Did it come like that?
Well, it was actually a very scary process. Because, you know, I've been acting since I was that little fat kid with the bowl haircut. You know about those bowl haircuts. Okay, and so I've been acting since then, but I started out in theater. And so I was doing theater, and then I transitioned to film and television, and voiceover came along. But what happened was, there comes a point, I feel like, and it really does come in everybody's lives where they have to make a choice as to what they're going to do with their life. And so at the time, I was just out of college. I was 21, and I was doing theater and things like that. And I was teaching theater. And so I was teaching theater in middle school, and it was hard. It was very hard because teaching does not happen between the hours of 8 a.m. and 3. There's a lot of homework you got to do and prep if you're going to be good at it. You got to prep the stuff that your students are going to take advantage of and do. And so what I was doing was I was doing theater rehearsal, and I had a theater company at the time. And I was doing stuff for that at night, like till 3 a.m., waking up at 6 a.m. and doing it all over again. So I was very run down, I was very tired. And luckily, the kids during this time period don't have very good memory because every time they see me, they're very happy to see me. And I'm like, good. But I was very run down and tired, and it wasn't good for the kids, it wasn't good for me. And so I was working on a couple of Funimation shows, and I did Peach Girls, my very first thing, and I was like, if your ears blink, you're gonna miss it. It was a very fast roll.